Hey, what's up guys? This is Mr. Wilmer here. Welcome to this new video tutorial. Well, I think we're ready to go to a next level on our graphic design class. This semester you're gonna start learning how to use a new software. This software is called Adobe Illustrator. It's a software kind of similar to Adobe Photoshop that you have been using all this year. Just a small difference, and I'm gonna show you the difference here. I'm gonna start. The first difference you're gonna see here, I have two examples of our school logo. You're gonna see it on the first one, or this one, the right logo. If you zoom out, you can zoom in, you're gonna see like a blur distortion on the pixels, right? And on this one, if you zoom in, you're gonna see it really neat. Okay, why we have this difference here? I'm gonna explain you why. The first one I have here at the right, this one I did it in Adobe Photoshop. This is a bitmap, which is an image that is based in pixels. As we learned last year, pixels is the basic, the atom on a picture. You can see a pixel here. The small squares, this is 1 pixel, and you see a many combination of pixels. Each pixel has a different color, and that is how we get the images. Now the one I have here at the left, this one I did in Adobe Illustrator, and the difference is that Illustrator works in vectors. That's the difference. Look, Photoshop works in pixels and bitmaps, and Illustrator works in vectors. Well, both had their advantage and disadvantage. The good thing is that you can use both programs whenever it is more useful. You can see this one where I have them here. It's a small creation of pieces. You can see the big difference, even the eagle. That's how we work with vectors. You can see a big difference. What I like the most of Adobe Illustrator, well, vectors, is that you can zoom in all that you want, and you're gonna see there's no distortion on the pixels. That's because we work in vectors. Many of the sketches you see on the internet, the drawings you see of anime and all this stuff is created with vectors. Okay, we're gonna start using them. I have the example here. This is our homework. This is what we're gonna do here. And you can see that the workspace is kind of similar to Adobe Photoshop. You can see here the toolbar. They have many of the tools that Photoshop has. We have them here in Adobe Illustrator, just so we can give them like a different use. We're gonna start. I'm gonna click on File, click on New. Here we have the options on what type of workspace we want. We have here some measurements by default. I'm gonna select 1024 times 768 is the one I'm gonna choose here. And I click OK. I have them here. Look. The same functions you have in Adobe Photoshop, you can use them here. To zoom in and zoom out, you press and hold Ctrl, Alt, and with the mouse wheel, you can zoom in and zoom out. Look, it's the same way you do it in Photoshop. If you want a horizontal scroll, you just hold Ctrl, and with the mouse wheel, you can move. Look, that's really nice. And if you want a vertical scroll, you just do it with the mouse wheel. That's easy. Let's see what we have here in the toolbar. You can see we have two arrows, a black arrow and a white arrow. The first one is for a normal selection. The second one is for a direct selection. I'm gonna show you a difference later on. Okay, for this video tutorial, what you're gonna start learning is how to create shapes. Well, shapes are the most basic drawings in Adobe Illustrator. And well, it's actually so similar to Photoshop that I think you're gonna do your homework kind of fast. You have here the icon. For default, we have the square, but if you click and hold, you're gonna see other options. We have the rectangular, we have the rounded rectangle, the circle, polygon, stars, and this one's a new one. This one I'm gonna show you how to use them later. Okay, when you select the first one, I'm gonna select the rectangle. You can see up here we have our preference, or we have our options of that tool in specific, of that specific tool. You can see we have two boxes here. We have a small difference in how we color our drawings in Illustrator, a small difference from Photoshop. You can see we have two boxes. The right box is for the outline, and the first box is for the fill color. I'm gonna show you. I have white, the fill color is white, and the outline is black. Our stroke size is 1 point, and well, this one's a type of stroke, this one's another type of stroke, and well, this one, the opacity and the style. I'm gonna draw my first square here. You can see if I just draw it like this, I can do a rectangle or a square. If we wanna do a proportional square, we're gonna press and hold Shift, the Shift key, and you're gonna see now we have a proportional square. So I just do it. I'm gonna see here I have my square. If I click on it with the first arrow, the black arrow is a normal selection tool. I click on it, I can change my options here. Look, you can change the color of the outline. I'm gonna place a yellow, just blue. I'm gonna create a larger outline, and you can see here, look. So here's my first shape. Let's see, I'm gonna create another rectangle, square, normal square. You can see I have the same colors here. I can change the colors anytime I want. You can see here how I change the colors. A big difference, look. Okay, let's try these options here. This one is a type of stroke. If you want a straight stroke or want a circular, you can see a difference here. You can see it, right? Let's try this one. Well, it's actually the same. Almost the same. The one we have here, if you want a basic stroke, you can see here you can play with the type of stroke you want. You can see it here. We have some options here. Look, this one. Well, this one I like it a lot. The dotted. I'm gonna create the size. You can see it looks really nice, right? Let's move on for the second shape, the rounded rectangle. Well, as the name says, it's a rounded rectangle. Simple, look. Actually, it's very easy to create shapes here, just like Adobe Photoshop. Next one, the circle. Select it. I'm gonna change the colors. I'm gonna place let's see, a purple on the red. Really easy. Okay. The next one, let's see, we have the polygon. Here's my polygon. I'm gonna change here the color. And the last one is the star. The star. Nice star. So perfect. Like this color. Okay. That's a normal way we create shapes. But we have another way to create shapes with a specific size. For example, if you select a shape, you're gonna see here we have the X and Y axis. This is, if you move it, you can see that the square moves. This is the place where it's like the XY plane. That's the same way it works. And I see here, you can see like the coordinates. This one's the end. Well, this is the width. I think I have it in Spanish. That's why I have a. You can see I can change it here, and here the altitude, the height. You can see. Okay, but we have another way for creating a specific size squares or shapes. If I simply click, I select my tool and click anywhere on the workspace, we're gonna have this option. Look, And here we can say change the size. We can type 100 pixels times 100 pixels. You press OK, and you can see we have our square with the sizes we wrote. The same for the circles. Just that in the circles we click, we have the same the size, and the same for the stars. Well, every shape has this option here. You can see here, and the same for the polygon. That's it. In the polygon, choose a size here, the sides, and you can see that's a way we can create. You can create triangles. Okay, we have another option here in Illustrator, and that is that we can work with the specific anchor points in our shape, and that's why we have this second arrow here. This is something we don't have in Adobe Photoshop. If you click on it and you click on the image, you always have these options. The only difference is that, for example, with the first one, if you click on it, if you click on these points are for resizing or for the rotation. Look. And the difference with this one, you're gonna see, if I click on the point, what I do is move that at specific point. You can see I can play with the point with this one too, and you can see a big difference, right? This is something we don't have in Adobe Photoshop. You can see now I create a nice shape here. The same we can do it with any shape. Look, you can see a difference. We can play with the anchor points, and that's a good thing here. You can see here we can even change the curves, just as in the pen tool. You can see, and that's how we play with the shapes using the direct selection tool. You can see that options. For example, this one I can play with the look, big difference. Look. Okay, so that's all for this week, guys. Well, I think the homework is simple. Just do what I did here in the video tutorial. You're gonna create at least 8 different shapes. Add a different border, different colors. You can play with the anchor points to create new shapes. For example, this shape I created is, well, we don't have it in in the normal selections. So play with your creativity. I want different shapes, different colors, different outlines. That's all for this week, guys. See you online. Another thing I forgot to show you guys is how to upload the homework to Moodle. Okay, when you're done, when you're finished, you're gonna click on File, and in this case we have a small difference from Photoshop for saving a homework. If you see, if I click on Save As, the options I have here is just like a PDF, Illustrator, and well, we have some extensions that Moodle doesn't understand. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on File, and we're gonna select this option. Look, Export. Pay close attention. You're gonna click on Export. You click on it, and now you have the options. Look, you have JPG, you have PNG, BMP, or you select the format you wanna save it. I'm gonna select, in this case, PNG or JPG. It's your choice. I'm gonna select JPG. I'm gonna type in here. Well, I'm gonna save it in my video tutorials here. And this one is Illustrator Lesson1. We press enter, save. Here the quality, I think 10 is the highest. Okay, and that's it, guys. Remember, in Illustrator we don't have the same process to save our homework like in Photoshop, so pay close attention, and I expect that you do it the right way. That's all, guys. And now, yes, See you online.